happy Father's Day to all the men in the building. And of course, welcome to today's panel. Welcome, guys. Welcome again. And if I missed this on the recording, I go back to say hello. Happy Father's Day to all of the gentlemen here and those watching us live or later on. And of course, we have a great topic today on this panel discussion. And the topic says turning a complex dream into a global digital reality. And here we're discussing in relation to the business, Mr. Mufare's business, and what he is preparing to launch to the world the moment he is ready, So we are all diving into the inspiring journey of this movement with Mr. Mufare, who is a visionary. He has a bold idea that is now becoming a real digital force, and all of us are going to be part of it in one way or the other. And if you've not been part of it yet, you want to stay on, you want to listen, because this is definitely one of those things that you are looking for if you're online now and you're not part of it. So this business is preparing to go live with AI-driven tools designed to kind of empower everybody and anybody, every kind of business, from small to medium to large scale business, or people who just want to start, and anybody at all around the world, as long as you are interested, right? So we just want to explore the country, how, okay, tell them to go and tell them to stop noise. So I still tell them to stop noise. Sorry, guys, I've got children and there's nothing much we can do about that. So we are just trying to look at the complex dream, how it is turning now into a global solution right before our own eyes, especially those of us who have been in this journey since 2018, depending whenever you join. So when you look at the topic, it's a powerful one indeed, because you try to think like, what is the goal? What's Mr. Mufare's goal? Is to create kind of self-sustaining AI-powered ecosystem that will help everyone at all, from novices to professionals. A novice here, including my auntie down the village who weaves baskets, to anybody at all, my auntie in Bamenda City who sells fresh tomatoes and vegetables on the floor, and anybody at all to be part of it. And this is something that is going to potentially lead to just change life, to uplift humanity in general. And this is something that you can say it's just a lot about it, because individuals will succeed, families will succeed, businesses will succeed, single parents will succeed, any kind of person, debtors will succeed. People who thought that they could never make it, people can dream again just because of this. And one of the beauty of it is its global reach, So Mr. Mufare has structured the business in such a way that it's attracting what we used to call founders, affiliates, or whatever you call it, if you're part of this journey, and the users from over 200 countries around the world. And this is an indication that it's ready to cater to the world's audience. It's not just like I am creating it. We've seen businesses come and gone. We've seen giants and so on, but nobody has created a thing like this, where they think about an individual like myself, or like somebody even below me, or right down there, or another person, and stuff like that. So this is different, and we can really agree with the topic that the mission is real, because we see it even from the passion of the CEO himself. Think even about strategic execution through long-term planning. Mr. Mufare has taken years upon years, to develop without rushing to the market prematurely. Because when we think, normally he voiced out this idea in 2018. But when you go back to study history, you step down before 2018, you see that this is something he has been nursing and nurturing maybe from childhood, right? Before it finally came to this day where he said, listen, I think I am ready now. Let's come together and get this done, So all of these years put together, to research, to do feasibility studies, to see who has what, who needs what, why should we do it, what needs are we going to be catering for, what have people tried and failed, and how can we fix it, So that is what the whole this topic is all about. And what then, if you think about the impact and implications of actually turning a complex dream into a global digital reality, we think about a digital economy. So maybe the model, Mr. Mufare's model now, It could be a challenge to tech giants, for example, by offering a more inclusive and user-first ecosystem. We already know who Ash is. His thing is like others first and you last, you know. Mr. Mufare is all about uplifting humanity. He's all about thinking about the little guy in the room. He's thinking about that person who has never made it before. He's thinking about those who have invested tons of money and watched it go down the drain, and they are suffering either with debt out of that or with depression because they've lost it all and so on. He is like, listen, there is so much in the world for everybody to have a pinch of it, to have a portion of it, and so we can do it. And then he opens it to everybody and say, as complex as it might look or it might seem, leave the complexity of it to me. Just agree or accept or just show interest to want to belong to it. And then it will be used in one way or the other. So I just thought that I'd go a bit longer today. This is quite unusual about me. But then for some reason, I felt a bit excited to just chip in because after this, I'm not sure if I'll have the opportunity to say something again. So on this note, I would like to pass it finally. Happy Father's Day again to men. And then I pass the microphone over to my sister, Marie Pendin. Sis, welcome. The topic says,
turning a complex dream into a global digital reality. Before I proceed, let me shout out to the men here, Collins, Peters, Vincent, and Andy, and those who are not on the screen, those who have their father figure. Happy Father's Day to you. And happy Father's Day to our dear CEO, who is the greatest father those two boys can have. That being said, this concept, the conception and planning, has been going on for a long time by our CEO, Ash Mofare. We just happened to know about it 7 years ago. Before he invited us to be a part of it, he has been doing some researching. He has this vision, and so he had all these plans, like the detailed planning, the various milestones that he is hoping to achieve, the resources that he will need, and the potential risk, and identifying some of the tools that he will need in order to put this plan together. So he has this plan, and he now invites some of us to be a part of this building of this block. We've seen him, this topic just helps us remind ourselves of what we have been working through since we joined him. He secured a huge data center that can accommodate heavy amount of data to be able to process the data and be able to distribute it in a way that it is robust, being able to interconnect and distribute throughout the world seamlessly during the exchange. What has he done? We've seen him do it. He has been more specific by, picking a model that he will use AI and machine learning to be able to optimize the data by ensuring efficiency of the process and resilience, and being able to scale the data depending on where the data demands are being needed. He's also made sure that in the process of doing this, he's securing the data of people, making sure that he's compliant with the data. So he has been able to advertise in different media to ensure that the longevity of this process continues to happen. So we've seen advertisement in different states and different cities. Egypt, we've seen it in the Dubai Mall, we've seen it in Burj Khalifa and India. So he's been able to capture all this, and this was all in the conception of his plan. So he is working on turning his complex dream into a global digital reality. And he wants to take us with him to help distribute, to help touch other people, to make sure that they have the message to be able to, join the business to help themselves and others. Happy Father's Day to everyone. All the men, some women are also, they play father roles. So happy Father's Day to you too as well. Thank you. And over to you, Sister Comfort.
Thank you, Sister Marie. I know I was planning to say that too. I was like, listen, we just don't just say Happy Father's Day because there are some ladies who are powerful enough, like one of us here. They play both father and mother roles, so we cannot leave you out in a day to day. Happy Father's Day, Sister Gifty. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, sis, for your contribution. And indeed, it's a very exciting topic, and I'm just trying to see, well, let's see what comes out of this. Because when you think even the strong base that Mr. Mufare has established through the early adopters, or who we call ourselves, whether founders or what, or whoever, just whoever believes in this, we have ended up forming a very strong and powerful community that will go take us to posterity. And that is equally how this dream is going wider and wider and going further and further until we reach any other person and, of course, accomplish Mr. Mufare's mission. Let's hear from my brother Andy. Happy Father's Day, bro.
Thank you, Comfort. Thank you, everyone. Happy Sunday, and yes, happy Father's Day to us in both the US and the UK. Let's break this down a little bit because we've kind of skirted around the complexity of what has been created and what is being created, but let me kind of delve a little bit deeper. He initially talked about a number of different products. But let's just take 3 of those products: an email system, a social media platform, and a video conferencing platform. Now, the additional extras for the video conferencing platform have never been done before. So just the complexity of that alone is phenomenal. But again, the guys will probably correct me here because they're software engineers and they're specialists in their field. But generally speaking, it takes years and years to create a product. Yeah. And it often takes 8, 9, 10 years before a product will actually come to market. And we know that with the likes of one of the other video conferencing platforms that they have now seen the light, if you like, and they've seen the different side of the coin, and they're now trying to add on bits onto what they have. And funnily enough, some of these bits were from what we originally saw when it was launched through on Passive. But okay, so this is just the 3 products. The number of engineers working in the background for those 3 products are massive. We also know he had 2 teams, both working on the same product at the same time. We've also seen, unfortunately, where people have tried to be greedy and take advantage of his vision, the advantage of the fact, and Comfort mentioned this, of his generosity and his willingness to help others. They've kind of said, right, this guy's a soft touch, we're going to take him to the cleaners, and they came very close to being able to do that. But the tenacity and sheer willpower is, I'm not giving up. I'm still here. I'm not giving up. And I think, you've got to look at the other side of the coin as well. So not only have we got a large group of engineers that have to be cleared. Marie mentioned about the advertising that's gone on, so you've got the marketing side as well, and then obviously the remuneration side. So he's had up to 1,000 members of staff working at any one time, and buying buildings and etc., etc. So the vast sums of money. Now, if we're going to compete with the big boys, bearing in mind, where did the likes of Amazon or Microsoft start? Well, they both started in a garage. Did we start in a garage? No. So this takes an awful lot of planning, and you're probably right, Comfort. He probably started planning this when he was in his teens, and thinking about how he could be able to create something. So the sheer complexity of what he's got to deal with on a day-on-day basis, you just can't. One person cannot do it. So you have to build a team of specialists around you, which is what he did. And as we said, some of these are unfortunately gone the wrong way and tried to take him to the cleaners. He's not having any of that. We're still there and we're still fighting. But what is interesting, what was very interesting for me was with all this rubbish going on in the background and all this fraudulent activity going on in the background, he has still managed to take on board absolute experts in their field. Now, just think about that for a moment. They know what's going on in the background because you read all this stuff on Google. If you, the first thing you do is when you look up this man, there's all the negative. There's no real positive. It's all negative, as we well know. But if they've seen that, what's this spark? What's the difference? Why would these top experts in their field actually go and work with him? Because they see what he sees. They see his vision. They see that him bringing this vision to completion. And that is where we differ from most of the others. Now think about it logically again. When you've got this situation where you're building something that could well be bigger than Amazon or Microsoft or Google, just think of the planning that has to go into something like that to make it work. And when you're surrounding yourself by experts, then you're going in the right direction. And that's exactly what he's done. And I love the fact now that what we're doing is we're waiting for him to reach stage 10 before he tells us about stage 1. Because unfortunately, again, we've had a lot of idiots in the background that go, oh, yeah, this is what he said, and this is what's going to happen. And you're going, no, no, no. You know, and words are twisted. We don't twist words. We tell it as it is. And that's where this is going to differ, because we're going to get to stage 10, and then he's going to tell us about stage 1. That's what's exciting. Thank you, Comfort. Back to you.
Wow, sure. Thank you. Thanks so much, Andy. And it's quite fun indeed when you look at all of the things that are happening. And of course I like how you brought back the idea of him telling us stage 10 stage 1 when he is at 10 or 15. It's still fun and it's so exciting because even if he's not telling us, giving us the detail, we already know that, listen, what he's telling us now from his own desk is kind of a bit old because he's a bit farther than us. So I think the suspense part of it too is still the fun part of it, and we just want to hang in there, like you rightly said, Andy, and keep going and see where it takes us to. So, Peter Rogers, welcome. Happy Father's Day.
Thank you, Comfort. Happy Father's Day, everybody, and everybody's listening. And hope everybody's had a real good day and a nice weekend. Talk about the vision. As you know, that I'm one of the originals, really, with a few others. I got involved in this in October the 8th, 2018. So long time. And when Ash was explaining the vision, okay, it was the vision that he explained at the time to us was quite exciting. It was an exciting what he was trying to explain at the time. And you got to remember, this was quite new to him. Although he'd got this vision in his head and he's been accumulating, and he's obviously been working on it for years before he shared it with us in 2018. He was explaining it to us as individuals, obviously on this webinar, and it was the vision, was quite eye-opening, to be honest, what he was trying to explain, and it was hard for us to sort of comprehend what he was trying to explain to us as well, because he sort of went into quite a bit of detail of where he wanted to go and what he wanted to share, and obviously myself and a few others, we've been involved in different online marketing, and we were listening to him, and to be honest, some of it, what Ash was explaining, just went over my head, but it was the enthusiasm of the vision that kept me involved in this, is his excitement that he was sharing with us at the time was, it was a shock to the system, because I never come across somebody so excited, sharing his vision. And if you remember, there was a couple of audio tapes that started it off, and I hadn't actually listened to these audio tapes until later on, until after going on this first webinar with Mr. Ashmafara. And and obviously we've been involved in it ever since. We've listened to the journey, we've listened to the vision, and he's tried to make this vision come to reality. And as we know, there's been a lot of road traps that's happened on the way. And it's like with any business or any endeavor that you want to obviously go on, there's always downfalls, there's always road, breakdowns, and you get weird off this way and that way. But Ash has had this vision, and he's carried on with this vision, and he's admitted himself he's made a few mistakes. He's got people involved in the business that he shouldn't have done, and he's, and that's like any business. We all make mistakes in business, and I'm in business. I've employed people that I wish I hadn't, and that's the way business runs. But as I'm saying, like, Ash has had this vision for many years now, and he's working on this vision. So, it could be 10, 15 years in the process in his mind, but it's only 7 years in ours. So he's been working on this a long time. So, he's got a lot of stuff bottled up in his head that he wants to share with us. And as I said, we've had some pitfalls, and we're obviously moving forward onto to the next phase. So we want to really forget about what really happened over the last sort of few years, and look forward to what Ash has got to offer us. And I'm quite excited about what's coming. We don't know the full extent what's coming, because we don't know. Like Andy just said, Ash is being prepared this time. He's he's probably working on number 10, and we don't even know what number 1 is yet. And but obviously when we listen to the likes of Mr. Chris Johnson and Marty DeGarmo, they have obviously contact with Ash, and they're excited. I speak to them, and we listen to their lives. They're excited about what's coming, and obviously we haven't seen Ash for the last few weeks, 3 or 4 weeks, but he's there. We know he's working hard, and we know that he's doing it for us as the foundership here. But all I really want to say is that we've just got to keep following the vision and being, be faithful to Ash, because he's being faithful to us. He's sharing what he wants with us, and we've just got to keep on keeping on, like he's keeping on. And we're lucky to have obviously these webinars that's happening. We have the lives every day with, as I say, Chris and Marty and Red, and we have the digital blueprint obviously with Collins and Andy, and Comfort obviously does things as well. And and I'm pleased to be obviously invited to obviously just say a few words. These guys are obviously helping this business move along with Ash, and we're all here to back Ash. We're here as a foundation for him as such, because he relies on us as much as we're relying on him. He likes us, we're family. He likes the community of this, what we've all put together here. So we've just got to progress and wait for Ash to obviously move to the next stage. I think it's fantastic what's going to be coming, what I've sort of seen and heard between the lines, what Ash has explained on the webinars. It's going to be pretty exciting. And, obviously once that starts to happen again, we're going to open up and we're going to be full steam ahead, and we're going to be leaving the station again, and looking forward to it. But I can't really add anything more to that. I might say a few words at the end, but just stick in with us. We are going places that a lot of people, a lot of big companies would like to come, but they're not going to make what we're going to put forward. And that's the exciting part. Things are definitely big on the horizon for what we're doing. And Mr. Ash Mufareh, I take my hat off to you and your team. You've got other people, big people working with him, which is fantastic news for us. And we're looking forward to moving on to the next stage. So back to you, Comfort. We'll have another chat a bit later on, and we'll go from there. Okay, thank you.
Sure, thanks. Thanks so much, Pete. I really appreciate it. I like it how you end up by saying that we are going to a place where everybody else would like to be. So guys, if you are not yet part of it, don't go. Go back to the beginning of this video, watch, ask questions, because it's quite exciting. We are watching somebody turn a complex dream into a digital reality. So, Brother Vincent, happy Father's Day, and would like to hear your take, please.
Thank you, Sister Comfort. So happy Father's Day to everyone. And we have Andy, Peter, and Collins as father in this platform. Happy Father's Day to you. And also happy Father's Day to other people who are watching us. And also happy Father's Day to my brother Bob and Oliver. They are not here today, but happy Father's Day to them. So the topic today is, like the name says, turning a complex dream into a global digital reality. So the topic is also complex, as the job that Mr. Mufareh is doing for us is a complex job, because what is trying to turn in the complexity of what is doing into reality. So what is complex is that when we are putting in two ways, because the job to do is the digital transformation or digital reality. So the digital reality is what everyone we are talking about today, the topic that everyone every nation we are talking about. When we're talking about AI, is something that Mr. Ash is putting to down. So the complexity in the IT area is very big. Like Andy and Sister Marie, they already said about that already. So I don't want to go to that area as well and be like repeating thing. So it's complex. So to build such complexity stuff is not that easy. So we need also time to make it, because what he's trying to do, the reality that he's trying to do, the digital reality is Mr. Ash Mufareh is trying to do. When we're talking about IT today, we did IT is IT decision makers. So the decision makers, it help also a lot of businesses and company to make very good and accurate decision in terms of IT staff and business, because today we can't do anything without IT. So all other Mr. Ash Mufareh is doing is make also bringing all this IT, creating different digital resources that can make our life more easier. A lot of company life this easier. A lot of company make things that maybe is not up to date to the market. That's why it's going to bring it to make company life easier. It's also to reduce costs, because company are paying heavy costs for what they are using, for the system that they are using. So one of the decision that is going to make it is what it's going to do is going to reduce costs of the company, paying less of what they are using, the system that they are using, and then improve also some company infrastructure in terms of infrastructure. So they will benefit a lot from what Mr. Ash is doing. And then what that also is going to also the technology, in terms of technology, because if we is bringing a new technology, today we are talking about AI. So all the system that Mr. Ash is doing is also embedded with AI, artificial intelligence system. So this also going to make life easy for a lot of businesses, so that things will be better than the traditional way to do it. I don't say that this does not exist. It exists already in the market, but it's also going to implement its own way and then add it to the existing one, so there will be a new one and then new system that is going to benefit everyone, every business activity, small, big, and large corporate. They will also profit from that as well. And then the technology that is going to build is also build that technology. You use also a lot of way, like when we build in technology today, we think about security system. We're looking for something that is reliable, and then also scalability, because scalability, there are a lot of companies also looking into that. Because imagine we have a company where we have maybe 200 users, and then you buy your technology according to 200 users, and then maybe the next 10 or 5 years you can get maybe 300 users above the 200 that you started. So you're not going to rebuild the company as new again, but with the scalability, you can scale up, and then it will also use for those people that you new employing to use it. And then the other way around, imagine that the company are not going well. You want to also reduce the staff. You say, look, I was using your system for maybe 200. Now we cannot afford to use for 200. We want to use for maybe 150. So it can also take in that and then reduce the cost for you, so that you can maintain your company and then we can move on. So this is also where the scalability will play in Mr. Ash job that he's doing as well. So it will take care of. So it's not only when your company are going good, it can also when you're going bad, is think also about that, to think about everyone and looking for everyone also what they are doing and then what were they trying to do. So it's very important. And then when you build also all this as well, you need something that confidentiality is there, because when you are using it, you know you are using a good product, and then you are sure of what you're doing. Integrity also is important, because you want your system to be intact. So you don't want anyone to get your system and do whatever they like. So the integrity is important also. This is also something that is looking. And then you also looking for your system to be available to the audience, for your employees or everyone. So if I wake up, imagine the business there, you wake up any hours you want to check, the system is available. Work hours from 9 to 5. You want to do your business, you want to do your work, the system is available all time. So what we're trying to do, we make sure that the system uptime is maximize the uptime and minimize the downtime. So like 99% up, and then people can use it. So all this that is looking to do it. On top of that, today we're talking about cyber security. So Mr. Ash also is looking to that cyber security, because every company today, they employ cyber security to protect the system, because if you don't protect your system, people can intentionally destroy your company or put a virus, attack your company, so that you are behind or even steal your data. So it's very important, and compromise even your company. So what is looking also the cyber security using the AI to complement the system, so that when people are using, they are also happy to use. They say, we are in a secure environment. We are cyber security in this company, that they are working day and night to protect our system, so that we are 100% sure for where we are and the job that we are doing. So this also area is very important. Like Andy mentioned, there are so many things that is going to create to those technology that is coming. Because like when I talk about email system, like Mr. Ash created some time ago, we use Omail. Omail can read the email for you. So there's an AI system that will read the email for you. And then also you can write also the email for you as well. So imagine my grandmother who didn't go to school, she can use that facility to understand exactly what is in that email. She doesn't need to understand she cannot write, but when you speak, she can hear it. So you can put the speaking technology, and then it will read through for you the email, so you know exactly what is going. And then you can also speak, and then you write and send the answer back to the person who sent the email. So you see, this is kind of technology that Mr. Ash is looking. What the world hasn't got it right now, because we don't say that we don't have it, but those things that is missing in those existing systems, that's why it's going to add it. And they use the artificial intelligence, the recent technology that the world is talking about, to build the system and make it real, and then make it a reality, because that's what we are all looking into it. So if we create something that amaze the world, you see that everyone will go through you and everyone will buy your system. So there are so many things that is working on it according to the new system that is going on to the world. So this is what we need to do. So we need to also come together, pray for him, and then make sure that everything that Mr. Mufara is thinking and then building come to pass. And then also be happy. And then when the system is built also, to looking after humanity, because it's not also building for the market purpose. It's also building the system that when the system is in place, we can use the same system to help other people also to move up, and then also to help them also to get better life, and then move on, and then be in the right side of the history, and then help also their also family and relatives, so that system, everyone will say, oh, this system is really good, because the system help others who don't have to get. So this is important that you will put in all this in place. So I think it can take time, but we need to be patient and pray for him, and then this thing will be, because he said he will never give up. So when someone say will never give up, that means that he's there, and then he's continue working day and night hardly for us. So let's come together, pray for him, so that this thing happen, and then we'll be happy, because I believe that what he's doing is real, and then it's going to happen very soon. So I'll leave it there, Sister Comfort. Thank you very much.
Wow, that was powerful as usual, Brother Vincent. Thank you so much for throwing more light, especially from your perspective as one of the IT experts, not working with Mr. Mufari, so that people don't get me wrong, but then you've been in the industry for a couple of years, and so you threw much light on that. We appreciate you. So, Mr. Mana, happy Father's Day, and let's hear your take.
Oh, Mr. Comfort, I'm just happy, glad to be here. Today is Sunday, Sunday, the 15th. We are already half of the month, half of the year. We spend Christmas and everything, New Year, we celebrate New Year, but time flies. As God says, 1,000 years, Moses is more prayer, Psalms 90, 1,000 years is like a day, and a day is like 1,000 years in God's eyes. So we just have to enjoy, and it says, may God teach us how to number our days so we may get a heart of wisdom. In this business, we must gain a heart of wisdom, the wisdom that only Mr. Ash Mufara is saying. I like the topic, and I'm just appreciating my brother Vincent, Sister Marie Pendi, all those, Andy Beggs, Peter Rogers, all those who have spoken. You guys have spoken well. But the topic goes, he said, a complex dream into a global digital reality. A complex dream. Peter Rogers wrote something. He said, Mr. Ash Mufara dream. And he wants to bring it back to Mr. Ash Mufara dreams. We cannot even comprehend or know when Mr. Ash Mufara started having this dream. Maybe when he was a teenager, he was thinking about building something like this. When he got married with children, helping others. We know he's a philanthropist. Madi Digamos told us about what Mr. Mufara is doing, helping the homeless, doing that. He said, how can I convert what I'm doing just to help the few that I see around my vicinity? Walk around, bless this person, bless people. How do I do it in a global way? The only way I can do it is to build a global solution that can bless many. That's what Mr. Ashford was thinking. He was blessing those. Like Peter Rogers said, I want to go out and bless people. How many people become Peter Rogers bless? Only those he can see around him, the homeless people, Peter and the Bergs in the seaside. But here when he said, I want to go across United Kingdom, you must be a magician to do that, except he will be walking street to street, county to county, everywhere, town to town, city to city. I don't think Andy Best will do that. He will die before he even cover the whole United Kingdom. But he said, you know what? How can I do it? Sit somewhere, build a system You know what I am doing now, seeing these people in front of me, the homeless, the veteran, those who have suffered, you know, face injustice. Maybe they have, you know, low paid. They are not really treated right. And I've been helping them. But I want to do it, let's say nationally, the whole United Kingdom. And the bank need to build a system. Because just to go around United Kingdom, honestly, even when he is working, he comes back day and night just to drive from one city to the other. You know, he comes back and said, no, Collins, we cannot have this webinar, we cannot have this live today because I'm knackered. Just think about blessing 60 million people in United Kingdom. Maybe it's 70 million, we don't know. He said, I want to bless them, those who choose to come in. I said, I want to do it globally. That's exactly what where I'm driving to. He said, I will build a system, that digital system that will build, that will drive and bless those I don't even know, because we are talking about those we know. But he wants to bless those he will never ever see them in his lifetime, die without seeing them, where they will see somewhere and said, thank you, God, for the person who gave me that water. Thank you, God, for that name I don't even know. They will, even our names will be difficult for them to pronounce, but they'll be praying for you. Thank you, God, for comfort. I cannot even pronounce the name. Thank you, God, for comfort. I don't want to pronounce it. Anybody who is comfort, the person God have blessed, the person who gave me the water, God just touch her, you know, at the point of need, so that she can provide more and more and more. That's exactly what Mr. Ashmofara is doing. He said, I don't want to limit myself. Limitation is not God's wills. God is unlimitedless. Mr. Ashmofara want to go, use God's wisdom. You know, today I shared something, you know, on my page. People was reading, I say, you know what? Sometimes our pride kills us. You know, our pride. When God bless you from strength to strength, sometimes you think like, I did it, you know, from my own self, my own power. And that's where God will tell you, your wisdom is as foolish in my own sight. Your wisdom is stupid. Even what I can think, when I created, you are on this planet Earth. You don't even know the stars. When I was born, growing, even in secondary school, they said it was 9 planets. But now we know 9 planets is even history. We can name the 9 planets, but now today it's not 9 planets. They have discovered more and more and more, just to tell us that our human wisdom is as stupid, foolish in God's eye. Where our limitation is, God is more than above, because he created everything. Mr. Ashmofara tapped into that wisdom. He said, you know what? How can I move away from my own strength, from my own vicinity, what I can see, to tap into the unknown, even to reach people in Barbados, the place that I will never even see. Maybe he would die without even go to Barbados. Maybe he would die without even touching Cameroon, reaching Ghana. But I want to bless people where they will sit and say, thank you for Mr. Ashmofara. This name, I use Amazon every day. It's difficult for me to pronounce Jeff Bezos. I use Google. I don't even know the name. Maybe I have to Google it to see who developed Google. But I use it every day. But every day I say, God, thank you for this search engine. Bless that man more and more. That is how we have to be blessing Mr. Ashmofara more and more. That's how the generation, if you don't bless him today, what will happen? Even the Bible said, God will raise stone to bless that man. They say he will put it in the mouth, the lips of babies to bless him. Whether we like it or not, today is Happy Father's Day. God will bless him. You know, today, you know, church, I was telling Vincent, I said, when it's Mother's Day, they give women the flowers. Oh, this is flowers. Why today the women are not there to give us flowers? They said God gave us the bushes, so they pluck the flowers from the bushes and give the women. So why should they give you flowers again? The flower is coming from you. Thank you very much for the women to laugh. They gave us bushes. So today, it is something that is wonderful. Complex dreams into global, you know, complex dream into global. Like Vincent said, technology is complex. If you look at the back end, it is crazy. Mr. Ashmofara make it to be simple so that even Comfort always said, even our mother in the village can click that button and see comfort somewhere. Even Sister Gifty, whether your grand auntie is somewhere, can click that button. Safumi, our sister Marie Pendi, someone will click it and say, I want to see you. And they will see you. They don't need to know the technology behind, but they want to see my daughter, my son, my children, my great-grand. Let me see them. And they say, wow, this thing is beautiful. So can I see you? Yes, not a grandma. Oh, I'm seeing you. They are shouting. Yes, mom, you can see me. Grandma, you can see me. Peter Roger, mom, you can see me. That is what they want to. That's what Miss Andra is thinking. How do I make a system so complex that someone can use digitally to spread it out? Global, they say a dream. His dream that he was doing, blessing people, how do I make it a global reality so that those who would choose to come in, they will be blessed, not financially, but using it and be blessed, where someone will use the video conferencing and pray to you and say, may God bless you where you are. You say amen. Is that not blessing? Is it financial blessing? The person is blessing you, blessing your financial breakthrough through the system that Mr. Andrew have created. The person is praying for you, prophesying, telling you that things will happen, telling you, breaking generational curse that has happened to us. Through what? Through video conferencing. That's what is happening today. Mr. Ashra gave us a dream that would change lives, not only our lives, but what? Businesses. They will use the solution, affordability, futuristics, all of those things. Mr. Ashra put it together and said, take it and run away and bless generation to come. He is writing his name. And when he stands before his creator, the maker, who sent him onto this planet Earth to say something, he will say, God, I left your people with something that they can use. You gave me the wisdom to create something, and I've done it, not for money. I will stand before you and said, yes, God, I came into this world, I have run the race, I've tasted poverty, I've tasted riches, but now I want your crown because I've left it with your children. Let them take it and continue with it. It is up to you to take it and bless others. They say blessing and curses belongs to you, the power of the tongue. Are you ready to be blessed, or are you ready to receive curses? God have given you your own choice to take. Mr. Abraham put blessing before you. It's up to you to receive it, or you say, no, I don't want to take it anymore. And you walk away. He said, I will receive you with a kiss and tell you, go, good luck, have a good life. But those who have chosen to run this race, they have a story to tell and they have a book to write. Thank you, Sir Comfort. Bye.
Powerful, powerful. That was very, very inspirational. And I like it sometimes when you come from the spiritual perspective, because it works, and it works really well. We all here, we are missionaries, whether we like it or not. We're not here by accident, and we're just a few chosen one out of how many billion people on earth. So fields are wide, harvests are waiting. And if you don't accept the commission, stand up and say, Lord, send me. Ash has done his part. He's accepted it. He is doing it. And so God knows he cannot do it by himself, like Colin said. So you are part of it. You are part of it. You are part of it. We are the branches that he will spread all over the world and get rich, or get rich to everyone, or get hold of everyone who needs to be helped by this whole mission in any one way or the other. So thank you so much, Brother Collins. Sister Fumi, you just came in. Do you want to say a word, or do you... Hi, sis. You need to unmute yourself. Yes, I think you're there now. Oh,
okay. So sorry, I came in a bit late. I have some personal things, family meeting as well. I love what Brad Collins said there. I don't want to repeat too much, but it's of I would like call it it's quite important for us to have an understanding of where it's coming from. And he said something about, we don't know when the vision started inside our CEO. And I've always said that you don't know when that vision started. And for God to give someone a vision, it's something that you carry for a long time. and you incubate for a long time. So only God knows how long he's had it. But the most important thing is that we are beneficiaries, privileged to be beneficiaries, to be partakers of that particular vision or dream. And he cannot fulfill that dream on his own. And so, like you said just a few minutes ago, branches. And if you look at the wings behind my back, it helps us to fly. You know, it helps us to fly. So what we are doing is God is calling us as his wings, putting us, there in the world to help him disseminate the vision he has given to our CEO. And it's important that we play our part. So if you see those wings behind me, if you don't have those wings, you cannot fly. A bird, have you seen a bird? When they hurt their wing, they cannot fly. So the more we come together, the more we see ourselves as being privileged to be partakers of this particular dream, then we are giving ourselves the wings to fly into the world and do exactly what God has asked us to do in line with this vision that he has given us to you. I think I will leave it there. Thank you very much, Sister Comfort.
Sure, thank you. Thanks so much. And thank you, team. We appreciate you all for showing up again today, even though it was Father's Day. And guys, thank you for joining us live and dropping some comments out there. So happy Father's Day again for those who joined us late, especially those who are watching live. And the beautiful topic was turning a complex dream into a global digital reality. You just want to watch this video a few more times, get what is being said in there, make use of it, digest it, and get ready for the big ride because the future is bright. Thank you so much, guys, for coming, and see you again.